Video, I wanted to share a little bit on some different things that I tend to eat when I'm doing a more ketogenic diet. The advantages of doing a ketogenic diet, I think I've explained in several other videos, but I'll just briefly talk about it here. So, ketogenic diet generally is very low carb and much higher fat, so 70 or even 80% fat, which should be consistent of some saturated fat and some polyunsaturated fat. So the advantage of ketogenic diet is can help improve your energy, improve your metabolism, improve your mental acuity, and mainly, for different disease states, we might use it for something like diabetes. We may use it for neurological issues. We may use it for just simply weight loss. We may use it simply for energy. There's lots of applications for ketogenic diet. A lot of people are experimenting with it. I often recommend it, and I wanted to post a video on some of the things that I typically eat when I'm doing a ketogenic diet. Okay, so I'm going to go over like bulletproof coffee and a couple options here, and just look at some of the macronutrient profiles on these um, foods. So, sometimes I'll have breakfast, and sometimes I'll just have bulletproof coffee, which can be up to like 500 calories, depending on how concentrated I go on the fat. So this is a type of heavy cream that I'll use, and if you look at, how you turn this, the calories there for 1 tablespoon of this. So if you use like 2 or even 3 tablespoons, you're already at 150 calories. Now this is all saturated fat, so we don't want to go too crazy with it, but you can see that there's 0 carbs, and then you're all the way up to 150 calories. Then I'll do anywhere from like 2 to 4 tablespoons of that, and then also use MCT oil. So this is the one that I tend to use. You can see on the back here that there are, let's see, high amounts of caprylic acid in this. Okay, so you can see on the back here the calorie count on this. There we go. So the calories is 100, and it's 1 tablespoon. So on this, you don't want to go too crazy. It can cause some like digestive issues if you take too much. So 1 tablespoon is probably plenty. If you go too much higher than that, you might get some issues. I also wanted to point out, you can see on this side, it talks about caprylic acid. So you want to make sure that the type of MCT oil that you get has some sort of mention about caprylic acid. Caprylic acid is the main type of fatty acid, medium chain triglyceride, or MCT, that's going to shuttle into making ketones. So the more caprylic acid in it, the less of a problem it's going to be digestively. It still can cause issues, but also then you're going to get more of that ketone effect, or ketosis effect. I also wanted to, so I'll use like up to a tablespoon of that, and so you're at, potentially 300 calories there. And then I'll use some just regular coconut oil. So this does have MCT in it, so it's a little bit, but I'm using it more for like the flavor. And so this has, there we go, 120 calories in 1 tablespoon. So there it's 420 calories there. And I haven't even put any butter in it yet. So Then go to the Kerrygold. This is a common one. There's different types of. You want to make sure you're getting a healthy grass-fed butter, and this one is. So it's a pretty healthy version of butter. So you're getting some omega-3s because the cows are eating actual grass. And so in 1 tablespoon of this, which you usually use about 1 tablespoon, there's 100 calories there too. 1 tablespoon, there you go. So none of this has any carbohydrates in it. Let me just double check. Yeah. So we're at, almost 500 calories there, and or over 500 calories. So 200 for this, or 150, plus another 100. That's 300 or 250, plus another 100. That's 350, or sorry, 450. And then lastly is the coconut oil. So let's see, 200, 300, 400, 520. So I think I said the math wrong there, but you get the idea. You can be somewhere around 500 calories just with 1 cup of coffee. Now, usually if you're going to have 2 eggs and a piece of toast, that's basically the same thing. You may even be more on your coffee. So you don't necessarily need to eat breakfast when you're doing ketogenic diet if you're having something like this. Now there's decaf versions, or you can do just like heavy cream with butter and dilute it with water if you wanted to. There's lots of other options too. You can do like a heavy cream, avocado with a little bit of blueberries maybe, and ice for like a smoothie kind of effect. Lots of different options there. Then lunch will typically be greens with more MCT oil, salad dressing. You have to look at the salad dressing content in terms of their carbohydrates. Most of the greens and things like that, you're typically, it won't take most people out of ketosis no matter how many greens you eat, but some vegetables will. So you have to sort of experiment with that a little bit. So salad greens, avocado, cucumber, lots of olives, and like I said, dressing with oil, MCT oil, or sometimes I'll use olive oil, extra olive oil on top of my salad dressing. That's about, sometimes I'll add some cheese too. So that's about it. So pretty much I'm at, 0 net carbs at that point leading into dinner time. So dinner can vary quite a bit, so I'm not going to really talk about that too much here. So this is a common ketogenic breakfast that I have when I'm doing ketogenic diet. So it's 2 eggs, a couple tomatoes, avocado, and some olive tamponade. It's almost zero net carbs. The tomatoes and the avocado add a little bit of carb, but most of it is fiber. So sprinkle a little salt and you're done. Okay, so this is a common lunch that I have, which is a basic salad, but just to show you that there's pretty much 0 carbs in this. So it's mixed greens, tomatoes, or mixed tomatoes, cucumber, a little bit of mozzarella cheese balls, and then avocado mixed with balsamic dressing. And then sometimes I'll put a little extra MCT oil in there as well. All in all, it's very low carbohydrate. Most of the carbohydrate comes from your greens and tomatoes, and a little bit from the cucumber. But it's pretty much 0 net carbs, or maybe a few total carbs there, depending on the total volume there, but very little overall. So that's about it. As always, I hope this video was useful and helping you to better understand specifically here ketogenic diet and kind of what I eat. If it was, please click on the like button. That helps me to understand what types of content you like most and to produce more of. There are many other ketogenic topics that we could cover. For instance, I might look at some specific dinner options and give some specific macronutrients for those types of foods. I didn't get that detailed here. I just wanted to give you a general feel. If these types of health topics interest you, please subscribe to the channel because I will be posting more videos on similar health-related topics soon. We'll see you next time.